Good morning, good morning, good morning. Almost afternoon. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, and I'm a little late getting the video out. Normandy has us on PD, and so I was trying to go through some of the stuff there. But I did want to touch base. I received a few pictures from and suggestions from TAs. And so I've been printing off a few things that they were saying that some of our kids need. So a few of those things, if before I get to those videos, are double digit addition, converting fractions to decimals, identifying and converting improper fractions and mixed numbers, sight words, which I'm actually typing up, first through third grades and upper grades. They suggested using kind of like a making flashcards and playing Go Fish with those. A subtraction, particularly regrouping, borrowing. Multiplying fractions is a big one because many students don't seem to memorize them. And so efforts to get them to memorize them would be very helpful. A lot of students use multiplication charts, and realistically, it might work for now, but it's not going to help you in a grocery store. You're not going to walk around with a multiplication chart in your pocket. So trying to have some memorization skills would be very helpful. Understanding and utilizing place value will help you when you set up your math problems. Understanding the standard word base and expanded forms. Decimal place value. So you have the ones, the decimal, and then the tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Of that place value is helpful, particularly as you work with fractions and decimals. I did the multiplication facts. Oh, multiplying fractions. How to do that skill set. And then I thought that this was really interesting. They added that a lot of students, first through eighth, struggle with counting money or and telling time on an analog clock. Everything is so digital. However, they don't even have the concept. So, trying to give them those skills. We use debit cards a lot, and our clocks are on our phones. So, but it's a skill that they say they struggle with, and they are still teaching. So, she did send me some skip counting videos on YouTube, and I have not uploaded that, but she said they should be able to dance and have fun and memorize those skills at the same time. So you can look them up, and I will share them when I get a chance to do that. So for my West students and parents in particular, I have some tier 3 expectations. I survey teachers and students, generally biweekly. So I intend to do that. But I will start slow with you all. So I will be surveying the parents as you are the teachers now, and that will help me give you the skills and strategies that I would have normally given the teachers. Additionally, when we do maybe a video chat, that I can have those conversations with the kid, and we can continue to build that relationship and work on those skill sets that we've already kind of started putting in place. So I intend to still have sessions, and I'll probably start creating assignments as opposed to kind of walking through that the whole time. It will be flexible, but it is expected. If we want our children to make growth, we have to expect them to rise to these expectations. So I'll post those assignments later as I get to those. In school, we have behavior sheets. And so we use green, yellow, red. So green is doing everything you're supposed to do. Yellow is when you're kind of constantly needing some redirection. And then red is that you are totally off task, disrespectful, not getting it together. So that might be something parents, you may want to use a simple little behavior thing. And then you can report that feedback to me. If your child had a perfect day, you can let me know that they had a green day. If they struggled quite a bit staying on task, nothing disrespectful or mean spirited, but just struggling, I will consider that a yellow. A red would be disrespectful. And imagine that you would be the teacher. But I'll get to that later. But imagine, the behaviors that they're doing. What would that look like for the teacher? And so provide that feedback, and that's something we can definitely discuss. I can create assignments around. We can do video chats on. I can give you some skills. And if you have the kid next to you, I can talk to them as well, and you can kind of oversee and overhear that conversation. So that way you'll be able to do those or use those terms and things like that. I would suggest a school log of sorts. Have the kid kind of keep track, a log of what they're doing, what they're working on. And please send me pictures. I've had a couple of parents send me some pictures. I usually take pictures with my kids and share them on my business page. So I've gotten a couple of pictures. I got a picture last night and two this morning. So please send me pictures. And I give raffle entries. I don't know if you all read that post, but I do raffle entries for the kids at West. And so I am kind of expanding that for the purposes of this. They may have a head start because they know what the expectations are. But I'm very big on showing effort and showing that you are making good choices. And being that you are the parents, you have to document that or have them document that. So have them keep it in a notebook or write a note of what they've worked on. Take a picture of that, send it to me. If they're working and transitioning, take a picture of that. And then those will earn raffle entries. I do expect to have eventually daily contact with everyone, particularly my West students. We can do that by text, inbox, email, the classroom, if you're in the classroom. If you're not, inbox me, and video chat. Preferred for particularly those tier 3 students, so that we can kind of continue. I don't want them to lose the skill sets that we've already been working and making a lot of progress on. So let's make sure we're doing that. This is a bit of a learning curve for me. I've started the Google Classroom. I still have quite a bit to learn about a lot of the tools. I wanted to make something and realized I had no idea how to use the forms. I use Excel, so Google Sheets is a little different for me, things like that. So I do have a learning curve, so please bear with me. At Normandy, we're working on Zoom, and so I'm still trying to learn that, to meet and connect with my colleagues and our principals and our principal and staff. So bear with me as I'm focused on that right now. But I will, and I do intend on making and creating videos based off of educator suggestions, so that it could be helpful. And I also downloaded Kahoots, and I think that might be a fun way to do some of the lessons and create that. So I'll see how that works. So I'm in the process of that. But as far as strategies go, I wanted to kind of focus on 3 in particular. The first is transitions. I'm really big on transitions and giving the students the ability to kind of see where change is happening. And so at school, I have carpet in the office, and then it goes to the hallway. And so I identify that threshold physically, so they can see where the change happens, from the hallway to the bathroom, from the hallway to the gym. And so those thresholds are physical thresholds that might help them with those positive interventions. Mental thresholds are very important. You have to teach them how to, hey, okay, so you just left science, you were talking about the planets. Now you're moving to social studies. So you begin to think, what do I need to be successful in social studies? Do I need my notebook? Do I need my book? What topic are we on? What were we discussing last time? And trying to kind of recall that information. So speak on what you were doing and where you are going in order to kind of help that. Visual and audio thresholds may be necessary for some. It might be a sign that says transition. To let them know that we're moving from math to ELA. You might have a chime. You just push that over, hear the sound, and blow a whistle, or whistle if you can whistle. You might want to clap 3 times, whatever that looks like, so that there is some kind of visual and audio that they can use. Check in and check outs. Particularly parent check-in and check-outs for like exit and entrance. So you can ask how they feel about the lesson they just had. What does that feel like? And then say, okay, so now we're moving on, blah, 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 as we prepare for this. Let's talk about how fun it's going to be to learn about fractions, or whatever that looks like. So you kind of have where you've been and where you're going, and kind of do that with them to see how they're feeling about it. Some kids have a lot of anxiety about reading or math. And so just to kind of check in where they are, their temperature is regarding those topics might be helpful for you to kind of use those strategies and the stirring, right? The checking your energy that I mentioned previously. The other thing is whispering. Whispering is a big one for me because many students are, quite frankly, used to getting yelled at. And think about how amazing you feel when people are yelling and cursing at you. It's great, right? No, it's not. I don't think there are any adults that appreciate or love being yelled at and cursed at and fussed at. So chances are kids won't either. I have learned that children respond very well to whispering. You kind of get down on their level, you have that conversation, and it's a quiet, intimate conversation. Hey, what do you need? What can I do to support you? You don't have permission to disrespect me. That's not nice. I don't like that. Create those boundaries, and you can do that in a whisper, in a safe tone, good mannerisms. You can still have good energy while expressing to them that that's not okay, how they're acting. I remember when I was growing up, it wasn't necessarily a lot of yelling. So when mom and dad did yell, we had a problem. And so I've noticed that a lot of students are often or experience households where there's some yelling. And so if that is a normal tone, a normal moment, then whispering will kind of say, wait a minute. Notice when people are yelling, you kind of take a step back, like, whoa, who are you hollering at? But when you whisper, you kind of lean in, and you are more receptive. So I encourage whispering or lower tones. They have been very effective for me. Some things that I say to them when they're yelling, and they'll do that because they're upset, and I'll just tell them, just whisper to me, talk to me. I don't like people in my business. And that's a way of role modeling so that I'll let them know, when you start yelling, you get everybody in your business, and this is where problems come. So let's just have a conversation between you and I, and we can solve that problem together. A lot of students, when they are yelling or they're upset, they'll turn and be like, well, she said. And I usually kind of get them to regroup and say, hey, just talk to me. If you need to peek over there and tell me what kind of hat or what kind of hairstyle, what color shirt, or something to help me identify who you're referring to, that's fine. Names are best if you know their names, or if I don't, then we can use nice descriptive words, and do that. But I usually encourage them to peek and speak. So peek over there. Okay, yeah, the girl with the rainbow beret, and tell me what's happening, and be able to articulate those. That will be helpful with problem solving, critical thinking, decision making, and then we can have a conversation and kind of work those tools out. So again, strategies, check-in, check-outs, and whispering are the strategies for today. So just a review: stay with your systems, schedules, routines, and strategies. Make sure that you are implementing the new strategies that you were just provided. As parents are talking to me and trying to sort things out, I am creating an open ticket, so that I can make sure that I am following up on what your needs are. And I'm closing those tickets after we kind of get to a sufficient resolve. Ideally, if it's closed and it's not done, give me a call back and we'll create another ticket so we can kind of go to the next phase. Again, to focus on manners, math, reading, limit recreational screen time, increase the exercise and healthy eating strategies. Kudos to a mom that said she was going out yesterday to go buy some fruits and vegetables. So thank you. Kudos to the mom that said the affirmations in the classroom will be helpful. So I'm really glad that you all are finding some benefit, because ideally it's not just about class time. It's about having new strategies that you can use every day and all the time. So please take some time to review the previous 2 videos. There are some other stuff on the YouTube page that will help you out. And if you have something in particular in a way that I can support you, please reach out to me and I will do my best to do so. And this video is getting pretty lengthy, and it's probably right around lunchtime. So I look forward to hearing from you. Please send those pictures. I am keeping tabs on the raffle entries. So I look forward to spending this 4th quarter with you, especially that we have our extended time. So I will talk to you at the end of the day. Talk to you later. Bye.